Hey everybody, welcome to MikesBeerVlog, and tonight we're here for the beer. We have plenty of different beverages we're going to sample tonight, everything from Shiner Box to some surprises in the future, possibly. I'm very excited to try some of these for the first time. There are some that are my favorites, and I know there are some that might be palatable to people who are not familiar with craft beers. So tonight we're going to drink, we're going to have some fun, and we're going to learn some stuff. Cheers. Alright everybody, tonight we have a guest, someone I'm very excited to introduce y'all to, a local musician just like myself. This is my boy Casey Sizemore, over here from Lufkin, Texas. He is a journalist, he's a cameraman, he's my editor, and he's a son of a bitch. But he's a drinking motherfucker, and that's why I like him. Tonight,
Touché.
Are you ready to have these beers with me tonight, bro?
I am, man. I'm looking a whole lot forward to this.
The best part about it is you can't see most of the labels, so I can probably surprise you with some of these right here.
I bet you could, yeah. I can see one of them, that Centennial Ipas.
And that's the one you're excited about, right?
It's very much the one.
I'm gonna spill all of it on the floor right now.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, I believe that with all my heart. So,
You want to start left to right, right to left? What do you?
let's start left to right.
Left to right. All right. First round, we're gonna be doing Napolitan ice cream sundae.
Oh, it's gonna be a little sweet. Huh?
It'd be ironic if it's not, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the most sour thing on the planet.
That's...
Napolitan ice cream sundae by Ingenious Brew Co. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for this Napolitan ice cream sundae stout, oozing with chocolate, vanilla beans, and more strawberries than you can shake at a stick.
Had a real poet working for him.
I edited the last part. It's dessert time. 8.3 ABV, 1.16 full ounces. Ales for the open-minded.
What'd you say the ABV was?
8.3.
8.3. It's like dessert in a can.
Oh, definitely.
All right.
I've had one Napolitan stout by Stone Brew Co., the ones who make Arrogant Bastard, and it was really good. It wasn't overly sweet. They had enough of kind of the chocolatey bitterness to keep it under control, and the strawberry was just kind of an over the top afterthought. So it didn't just hit you. It just didn't put you in the face with an ice cream sundae. You got it kind of gradually. So let's go ahead and get this guy cracked open, and we're gonna do some visual notes after I spill it all over the place.
Hey, you know, that's what a beer table's for. Can't be a beer table if it doesn't have, like you said. Cheers to MikesBeerVlog. And to you.
So we got a very dark brown note. These are smaller glasses, so there's no real looking at the fingers, but the foam top seems to be sticking around a little bit. It looks about what you would expect it to be. I'm assuming this is going to be a stout, not a porter. But let's do a smell, and I want to get your notes on the nose first. What do you think?
I'm not sure if it's a porter or not, but it does definitely have a porter smell to it, in my opinion. Definitely getting punched in the face with the ice cream. definitely that's coming through. I can tell this is going to be sweet, and
I think it is going to be overly sweet.
It's very carbureted.
I think I'm getting more strawberries than I'm getting. Normally the chocolate shines through over everything, but I think I'm getting more strawberries than the vanilla or the chocolate. What are you thinking? The strawberries are pretty aromatic in here.
I'm definitely getting the strawberries, but I can pick up on the chocolate as well.
I got a little bit of chocolate. I don't think I get any vanilla off of it.
Perhaps that gets you in the taste.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's to being balls deep in a bitch's ass.
Bitch's ass.
Oh yeah, I punched you in the face.
Oh yeah, but it's actually quite good. I'm usually not a porter or stout fan, but that's actually quite good. I don't know if it would be my everyday casual drinker.
It would definitely be something you had after your ice cream sundae.
Yeah.
Or in place of your ice cream sundae.
Definitely in place. Though, have you ever seen like people that do like the birthday cakes and that'd be like the ice cream?
Those kind of freak me out. I see tea like that they do that with.
So I'm just seeing somebody, hint to my wife,
sliding
a long ass candle in there and bringing this out for a happy birthday. That's cake in a can.
So I want to see if we get some kind of evolution on here.
The vanilla is starting to kind of come through, though.
It's very chocolate forward.
Yeah.
I would say it's backed by the strawberries, and it's actually kind of a tart strawberry. It's not like a super sweet. Like it reminds me of the strawberry ice cream you get that has the hunks of strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
So you get an actual bit of strawberry, because strawberries are very vitamin C. We all think of strawberries as strawberry soda being super sweet, but if you eat like a not ripened strawberry, it's kind of tart. Yeah. So I think that's what is balancing this out and making it not clawingly sweet. And I'm still not getting much vanilla, man. Are you getting it on the end? Is it coming in the evolution?
A little bit.
I think the strawberries take over towards the evolution. So I would say very chocolate forward. And then as the chocolate kind of dissipates, you're getting way, way more of the strawberry. I'm not getting a lot of vanilla, but it could just be my palate tonight. Maybe I'm just not vanilla sensitive tonight.
Like I said, I am picking up on the vanilla, but chocolate forward is a good description.
So that was Ingenious Napolitan ice cream. Would you say you recommend it to a friend?
I would recommend it to some friends. If you are into, dark beers, sweet beers, and you're kind of into that kind of flavored beer type situation, then yes, I would recommend it to a friend.
It didn't say that it was actually brewed with strawberries or anything, so it's not discussing the brewing notes. It may be getting most of these flavors from the malts, or at least the chocolate. But I guess the strawberries do have to be coming from somewhere. I don't know if there's such a thing as strawberry hops, but
I don't think there's strawberry hops. But,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either.
We're some engineering motherfuckers, man.
Cool.
So the next one you can actually see from your end is also made by Ingenious. Mm-hmm. Luckily, this is going to be more in your forte, I believe. I'm not familiar with this beer, but this is going to be Hopwing DIPA.
DIPA.
I'm not familiar with what a DIPA is. So let's see what it's got to say. Driven, mad. Maybe it's driven IPA. I don't know. Driven mad by Citra, Cascade, and Eureka hops. That's why I said there might very well be some strawberry hops.
Perhaps. I've had Cascade, and I do believe I've had Eureka. I'm not a professional in the hop region, though IPA is my
your preferred drink. This New England style oat cream DIPA, DIPA, I'm assuming it's DIPA, is a dragon of a beer. Beware of all the darkness living in this can. They truly do have a poet. Like this must be like he went to school for poetry and then realized like there are no jobs for poets. So he's just like, you know what, let's fucking go work at a brewery instead. That sounds like fun.
I'm going to Google what exactly a DIPA is.
Make us sound a little bit more intelligent.
Yeah, we need some help. Google.
Internet daddy, help me.
A double IPA, okay.
Double IPA, naturally.
All right, fair enough. I understand the... Don't think I've ever paid attention to that specific. I've heard of double IPAs, but I don't think I've ever heard it called a DIPA.
Yeah. So Hopwing is a DIPA that is apparently very dragony. I've had a beer called Unidragon before, and I posted on my blog, and I said I was very disappointed that it did not taste like a unicorn or a dragon.
The interesting part that is there is the I guess the intention behind that is that you've eaten unicorns and dragons, man. So
I mean,
do I take this?
I'm a classy fella. I like the finer things in life.
So yeah, kind of like
how do you think they got extinct?
If venison is deer meat, what is unicorn meat?
That's a question I'm not ready to answer.
Future episode.
It kind of doesn't matter considering I ate them all already, so it's not like you can try them.
This is kind of like manna, huh?
That is a very lovely pour. I poured a little bit too much, so I'm going to give you a little bit too much more.
Oh, too much is a good thing, right?
Too much is not enough.
This is true.
I have to say, I like the head on this one a good bit more than the
very frothy.
Than this ice cream one. It is very frothy. It's also very aromatic. Just having it anywhere near my face, I can smell it. That is something I do like a lot about IPAs, is you can smell them suspicious from miles away.
Yeah.
You get a lot of nose on them. So we got a very hazy color. You cannot see through this at all. I'm wondering if it's unfiltered. But yeah, the yeast is still like visible in this guy. The foam head is really nice as well, and it also doesn't look like it's dissipating. The hops are definitely at work on this. It's a very pretty beer. What are you thinking?
Well, it does have this kind of, when you see it in a cup, slightly off-putting colorization to it, but
it's got like some kind of stagnant swamp water thing to it.
Yeah,
right?
it's.
I'm sure they don't appreciate us referring to it like that.
Probably not, but it's got kind of like this I guess nude color to it. Kind of like nut milk or something. What the fuck? But it smells good, and as an IPA fan myself, it's actually the only beer that I like a citrus in. And I did catch didn't I?
Yeah, Citra hops.
Yeah, Citra hops. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's actually the only beer I prefer any kind of citrus with. So.
What are you getting on the nose?
Definitely getting the hops, but there seems to be some kind of exotic citrus about it, you know, and I don't know how quite to put my finger on it, what I'm talking about. I'm not a fruit expert either, but
maybe it's because it's New England style, so maybe it's the type of malts they're using. I'm not overly familiar with the different kinds of hops because there are so many kinds, and I normally lean to the stouter end of things, so IPAs are something I'm not super familiar with, so decoding just the aromas of it, for a long time I didn't even try it because I knew I was just not going to enjoy the IPA. I've gotten better about it to where I can at least get some kind of tasting notes, and I can get some stuff on the nose, like with this one. So it is very hops forward, I would say. The citrus is going to be lemon. So you can smell the citrus hops in it. Definitely got some vitamin C going on.
It's going to feel good tomorrow. Actually, that's not true. You take about 8 IPAs and then go to bed and you won't feel good the next day. It's a headache.
Maybe my sniffer's not working too well, but I'm not getting a lot of layers on the nose. I'm getting just kind of a lemony hops. Maybe a little bit of a bread note. Maybe some like buttered bread.
You know, butter kind of puts a good finger on it, and I bet that would explain some of the colorization too. But some, not all. But
so this IPA, like most IPAs, is a little dangerous. 8.3 alcohol per volume, which is the mirror of its brother, the ice cream beer right here. I'm wondering if this one's going to be, you think this one's going to be overwhelmingly sour? Or do you think maybe some of the sweet notes are going to come through?
If I had to say, and I don't know enough about the brewery to know this, but if it's under the same brewmaster, I think that we could anticipate something equally as...
surprising. Because we expected this to be a lot more cloyingly sweet, and they did actually tone down the sweetness enough to where it was a palatable beer. It's still a dessert beer.
Yeah, definitely.
But I had I think it was a chocolate donut porter the other day, and it was just like someone balled up a bunch of chocolate donuts and then just tried to shove them in your mouth vigorously for about 30 minutes.
So my predictions are that it's going to be, you know, if you're an IPA fan, I hate to keep saying that, but if you're an IPA fan, a good citrus IPA is great on like a hot day, like you're out by
always
the
good
lake
to
or
know
the
what you
beach
like,
or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, citrus IPA is really good in that moment. And I anticipate that this is going to be that same. Though, due to the colorization and how thick it is, I don't know if you'd want to drink this if you were extremely hot. But
it might Yeah, the tannin.
Maybe like an evening, sun's going down. You know,
kind of thing. Yeah, like the day of work is over.
Yeah, it's over.
You just had your dinner.
Yeah, well, let's.
Well, I would say this would actually be a good dinner drink, possibly. Let's give it a shot. You ready? A lot more earthy than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's actually remarkably smoother than I thought it would be. I thought it would have more of a kind of a crisp, that citrus and carbonation kind of feel about it, but it's a lot smoother than that.
Mm-hmm. What other tasting notes are you getting on there?
Well, bitter-wise, as you would come to expect from such a beer, it's actually not as bitter as most IPAs.
I would say it's only sour. Like, I don't really detect a lot of tartness at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a deterrent like tartness could be.
I think it would be on par with, like, you know, you go to reach into your fridge and you accidentally grab grape juice when you meant to grab some other type of juice. You take like a sip of it and you're like, oh, it's not bad, but it's not what I expected.
Not what I expected, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of like that as far as feeling wise. Not what I expected, but I do enjoy it.
Let's see what I got. Very yeasty forward. I'm not sure what kind of malts they're using on this, but I think I get the breading for it before I actually get the hops. The hops are more present in the aftertaste. So I would say it's more like, it's probably like, it would be like, I think it's the Brits who do the jelly sandwiches where they just put like jelly on top of bread. I would say it would be comparable to getting 100% wheat bread before not toasting it, and putting some tart lemon jelly on top of it. It would be tart lemon jelly too. It would be very mild in terms of like the sugars. Maybe that's the difference between jelly and preserves, because I think the sugars are what preserves the shit. But I would say that this is actually a very approachable IPA for people like me who are not the biggest fans of IPA. So far, I've only had one that I enjoy, which is Little Something Something Ale. I recommend that one.
Man, I love Little Something. I'm glad you brought that up, because that is probably my go-to IPA in East Texas.
It's fire, and it's perfect for
available in East Texas.
It's perfect for the hot day thing too.
Oh yeah,
you could sit there in the sun and drink it all day. It doesn't matter what time of day. It's perfect for. It's just a fantastic beer. Little Something makes good beers.
Oh, they do.
I think they have a hazy IPA out too. It probably looks kind of comparable to this.
I would say so, but most of the time, you know, and this is bad, but they don't even make it out of the bottle for me. It's just pop it, let's go.
Yeah, we're going to town on it, baby. So I would say that this is a very approachable IPA, especially for people who are not into IPAs. This is something that would satisfy IPA advocates as well as people who are trying to get into it. So if you're new to craft beer, I would say that this particular Dragon is going to be good for you.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it for somebody just getting into IPAs. Also, if you're into IPAs, it's certainly not something you want to go without at least having tried.
It does have a good layer of flavors too. Like, I would say, I just tried it now that I finished it. I notice sometimes if you get a bigger pull, like, you get a little bit more going on. But you get the wheat, then you get the citrus, or then you get the hops, then you get actually some extra citrus on the end. So you get a little bit more of extra lemon that kind of lingers on the back of your tongue. So it's a really good feeling. It's a really good mouthfeel. And at 8.3 ABV, you don't want to have too many of them. You gotta be careful. No,
you gotta be careful with these. But yeah, based out of Humble, Texas. That's right up the road. Yeah, I definitely recommend this beer company.
Big shout out to Ingenious.
Ingenious,
pardon me.
Ingenious.
Okay. We're both wrong.
Yeah.
Luckily, we've been drinking.
Luckily.
That's the great thing about being stupid. As long as you're drinking, you can cover up how dumb you actually are.
Oh, see. Case in point, right?
So, let's get you to talk about this particular IPA. What are you thinking?
Founders Centennial Ipa, India Pale Ale. Comes in a 19.2 ounce can here, so that's good. 7.2% alcohol.
That's about normal for IPA, isn't it?
Yeah, about normal. Let's see. Founders Brewing Company in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So we're coming up, or let's see, brewed and packaged by. So yeah, we're from the northern part of the states. I do like their artwork on the can, but the artwork is not why we're here, is it? So, yeah, I anticipate this one. This one looks good and interesting. And
Founders Brew Crew, they seem to really like what they do and what they make. So I'm excited to try anything that they have in a cup, or a can, or a bottle. I'd love to actually get a draft one day if I'm ever, for some ridiculous reason, in Michigan.
measure the head off yours there, buddy, because I may not have
Oh, that's all right.
poured this in purely.
You could, just by looking at it, you could make someone think this was a wheat beer.
Actually, this is more in tune with the colorization I would expect from a IPA.
I always expected IPAs to be a little bit more, actually a lot less copper in color.
Yeah?
I think. Maybe.
I think that when you start adding the citrus, now I'm not saying that professionally, but just in my experience, when you start adding the citrus, they tend to lose this colorization. But without so much of that, I tend to find a good amber or copper color.
And this one is a lot more clear, so this one probably was filtered. Where I don't think this one was, but this one was for sure filtered. And it is a nice copper color. Like I said, I really think it's more of a wheat beer color. But I've probably drank most of my IPAs out of the bottle, like you said a minute ago.
Yeah.
For a different reason, though. I just don't expect much to happen. What are you getting on the nose?
On the nose, I'm getting a very pungent hops. It's all hops. It's jumping around like a rabbit in there.
I'm thinking this one's got a little bit of an orange citrus going on. Like, not the orange itself, but like the orange husk. You know what I'm saying? Like a spritz of an orange.
Did they give any kind of detail on the specific beer?
I don't think so on that one.
No, but drink responsibly.
Always drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive, and don't drink to excess.
Oh, well, actually, this is really great. Drink responsibly. They don't serve Founders in the clink. No, they don't.
You can't enjoy your lovely IPAs in the pen.
No,
Maybe in France they do.
No, I guess you're going to have to save up your fruit and ferment with a milk jar. I didn't say that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. I had one dude say something about using when he was in jail, using lifesavers to ferment.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's getting down there. All right, well.
Yeah, I'm getting some orange. Not a lot of complexity on the nose on this one. It's not as aromatic either.
No, it's definitely not.
You got
because like when you poured out the last IPA, yeah, I could smell that from across the table.
Yeah,
this
it was there.
Yeah, not quite as pungent in your face. Predictions before I sample it. I think it's going to come out again similar to the Ingenious. That it's going to come out as palatable to somebody just getting into IPAs. I think. I could be wrong, and I'll let you know.
My money's on this one being tart.
You think so?
I think this one's going to be one that I leave the can here.
I'll drink it.
Let's see. Yep, that's tart.
Yeah, it is a bit tart.
Mainly getting tartness. And that's really the issue I have with IPAs. It's not that it's unpalatable necessarily, but all I get is tartness.
That's all you get?
I can't. It's like grapefruit. Like I'm drinking grapefruit or something. Like I'm drinking gin, juniper berries. It's tart. That's all I got.
That's all I got. No, I can definitely understand that. I didn't always like IPAs. In fact, the first IPA I tried, I put down and walked away from. And I know, sob story and sad. How could I do that? But after several years of approaching, in fact, I never had an acquired taste for beer. So let's go back. From the moment I was a kid and I first tried beer, I liked beer. Was it the greatest thing ever? No, it tastes like horse piss, but it was damn good horse piss, you know. And so I liked it. But with IPAs, that is definitely in terms of beer, the first experience I've ever had that it's an acquired taste. And then that refines over years as you try more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
But
and that's why I try to actively consume it. But this is after years of actively trying.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just
After some time, you have to.
you're just kind of like, it may just not be for me.
It's not for me, and I can definitely understand. My wife, God bless her, she can't stand IPAs. I make her drink them. Drink them all.
She's sitting there crying while you're laughing.
Drink it. It's not true.
That we can say on camera.
Gonna get me in trouble.
I really just taste a lot of tartness. I guess I can taste a little bit of the malt coming in underneath the tartness, but I can't say anything about it. Toasted malt, whatever it is, I just really can't get much out of it. It's not a bad beer necessarily. It's not something I would say you should shy away from, but if you're not a fan of IPAs, I'm not sure I can recommend this one. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with what you said and against my predictions. I mean, this is.
I had a feeling that
this is not for the faint of heart.
It's not the tartest thing in the world. It's not like drinking gin out of the bottle, but it's.
You're kind of like the equivalent to a drug dog for beer. You know, like you just tell it from like it's not guilty. I got it.
I was a lawyer before I was a drunk.
Were you a lawyer or a lawyer's drug dog?
Why not both? ¿Por qué no los dos?